Hello. Do I need to put my creepy music back on? Sherelle. Tamara, how are you? I can't find my. Casey is here. Okay, Jazz is here. How Sherelle really just be you know okay. I'm telling her to come to my live. Hey Nestle. We're about to talk about Charlie Kirk. Until then, I'm playing some creepy music. Y'all like my shirt? There she go. It says stab your it. Okay, invite. There we go. Okay, I think we're getting it together. Sherelle, this don't make no sense, dog.
What you mean? I'm here.
Why can't I see you? Hey, say something.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Oh
Because
my
I
god.
just don't understand.
You be stressing me out because it really don't make no
I don't
sense.
I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense.
But anyways,
Yes, back to what we were saying. Yes.
Mr. Kirk was killed today
Mm-hmm.
while talking about gun violence. No, I lied, not gun violence. The last words that he said was gang violence. So and then yeah, boom. And the internet has been unwell. I did see that
Oh.
the internet has been unwell. It has been. I've been seeing. I'm literally like this the whole time. Like,
Oh my god. Real talk. Real talk. L. Has everybody in here seen the video?
yeah, good question.
Like, I want to say I knew um as soon as someone as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, he's dead. He didn't make.
Hmm.
Yeah. As soon as I
Yeah,
saw that video, I was like, oh, he didn't make it. I don't think he made it to the hospital.
yeah. I don't think he did either.
No, I don't think he made it to the hospital.
Mm-mm.
And I think he was dead. I think he was dead on arrival. DOA
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Um. Hmm.
He
I
said
did
no.
see
He was
that.
born in that same video.
Mm,
I mean, because he was.
either way, yeah, he definitely. It was not. Oh, he was pronounced dead at the hospital. Like, nah, I
Mhm.
don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. But it was interesting because I saw Congress. So apparently they were trying to have a moment of silence
Oh,
for
really?
yeah, they were trying to have a moment of silence on the House floor, and Democrats started screaming like, "Absolutely not!" I have to find the video because literally Mike Johnson was banging the gavel like call to order because they was like, "No." I mean, at the end of the day, Trump has already ordered that all the flags be at half staff.
Okay, L. Yes, we I did see the Jezebel article about them paying like witches on Etsy to hex him 2 days ago.
I peeped that too, and I was like, "Wait,
I
wait."
listen, man. Listen, man.
I'm
Maybe it
trying to
was.
I'm
Maybe
trying
it.
to find the actual like what Trump said because I was like,
Hmm. So while she's looking for that, I have been following the AP News like live update page, and they've got like uh like like a minute minute up to date of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things are moving very, very fast. So here's what we know so far. 31-year-old Kirk, the victim. He is a victim. The 31-year-old Kirk personified the pugnacious populist conservatism that has taken over the Republican Party in the age of Trump. He launched his organization Turning Point USA in 2012, targeting younger people and venturing onto liberal-leaning college campuses where many GOP activists were nervous to engage. Okay, oh, that's a thing. The shooter, a person suspected in the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk, is now in custody, according to.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe you don't believe they have. So
No.
I was just talking to Casey on the phone, and she was saying like she thinks it's somebody who's military, and I said I agree. I think it's a professional because the shot was from 200 yards away, and it was one shot. It was one bullet. That's a professional, dog. Whoever, here's what I think. I think whoever shot him, they was out of that. Their gun was in the bag, and they were in their car by the time paramedics got to his ass. That's what I think. I think that person was gone. I think it was a professional. A professional.
Honestly, the way that things are moving in America and with people just, because gun laws is whatever, anybody can get their hands on anything and, be on YouTube where they literally show you how to be an assassin. I think it could be anybody. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I think it could be a former debater that, he pissed off. Like, people are calling this like political, what do they call it? Political violence. It is. Because at the end of the day, you've been talking mad shit. You know what I'm saying? The same person that was, laughing at George Floyd, the same person that was talking shit about Tamir Rice, the same person that was talking about Chandra Bland.
Mm-hmm. So I've posted up some clips, but hold on. Elle asked a good question. Wait, where'd you go? Elle said, you think they were waiting for him to specifically be talking about what he was talking about?
I would think so. Because the timing is impeccable.
I mean, it really is.
The timing is impeccable. It was like, ooh, he said gun? Like, not trans, nothing about that. Like,
oh, so they released that 77-year-old white man?
Yeah, because he was like, what?
So yeah, they think the shooter. They said the shooter wore dark clothing and fired from a roof on campus some distance away.
How you know he had on dark clothing? See, this is what I'm saying. How you know that? How do you know that?
I think this person is a ghost.
Unless it's Secret Service. Because how you know he had dark clothing on?
Whoever did is a professional. And I also have like here's my other thing was like, we know like how tense it is, and this could be also like a part of like white privilege and how like being white is speaking vocally even though what you're saying is disgusting, and still thinking you can move about the world the way that you really with like he was sitting literally in just a tent. No
glass, no plexiglass, no nothing. Just
I mean, even if it didn't come from like the front, it could have come from the sides. They could have got him through the back. Like he was wide open for a shot, and he's been going to college campuses and doing that for a while.
Exactly.
And the fact that it hadn't like happened before is insane.
This is what Trump tweeted or put on his True Social. The great and even reading his stuff just makes me itch. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk, I don't know why there's a comma there, is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie, except for Black youth, like Tamir Rice. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you.
Okay. How do you guys, and you two, like, how do you feel about like a lot of the Dems like saying like, we're praying for his
No. No. because it's okay. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. 0 to 10. Period. Like I just saw his face, and it's too much. Let me close this. You don't wish death on people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just want them to get they lick. Like you talking a lot of shit, and it's only a matter of time for you eat your words. You say things like that, and it's the same for these politicians, the Democratic politicians that are wishing him well. These are the same, or sending prayers and condolences and all that stuff like that. These are the same politicians and Democrats that was like, y'all were talking shit about Charlie Kirk in response to the shit that he was talking about y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like now all of a sudden, because I even saw Bill Clinton, like, it saddens and angers me. I'm like, does it, Bill? Does it, Bill?
That's what he said, Sherelle. He said it saddens and angers him.
Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Congressman Eric Stonewall, Hakeem Jeffries, like the list goes on and on and on. And yes, they do have to be politically correct. I'm seeing the comments in there. You're right. In public, you're absolutely correct. Or you could just not say anything at all.
I think I would. I was just about to say that. I think I would prefer them not to say anything. And I think, and for me as a Black person, right, we're always seen as like, we have to be like,
I know Jasmine Crockett ain't said nothing. Go ahead.
Like Black people always be like, I forgive, God knows my heart. I don't feel
right.
No. And I don't feel like, hey Glow, I don't feel like I should have to be like, oh, like, first of all, he said some disparaging comments about every single minority sexuality except for white males. Like everything under the sun, he said something absolutely disgusting and disparaging about them. So right. I can't be mad at people who are like, he's looking up at us, like, for sure. Like he's not a nice person. He wasn't a good guy. Like period. Like I don't know. I'm not. Freedom is the right of all sentient life. Freedom is the right of all sentient life. Freedom of choice is also the right of every American as of right now. So, and somebody had the choice to pop that nigga in Utah. So here we are.
And it really is sad because it's like, I'm looking at my op, Nancy Mace. Yes, I'm saying she's my op because she is. I just, you're blaming this on the Democrats. Like, this is my problem with both parties. It's a blame game with both of them. Like, this is not any, I don't want to say this is not anybody's fault, but the back and forth and the banter and all the political bullshit that's going on is the reason why people are so fucking angry. People are angry. So whoever did this was an angry person. Period.
Yeah.
Like, Democrats have said some crazy things. Republicans have said even more crazier things.
Yes.
And it just so happened that somebody on y'all's side was the victim this week. Yeah. Okay? But what I'm saying is, y'all got a lot of mouth for Charlie Kirk. But when a Minnesota lawmaker and her husband and dog were taken out, y'all didn't say shit. To the point where even Donald Trump was like, I'm not calling Tim Walz for what? He's a loser.
That's so unprofessional and so unpresidential. It's literally not even funny. It's so, and now all of a sudden, all the flags in America gotta be half staff. First of all, he's not a politician. He's not a fucking war hero. He has literally done nothing for this country. And
they're putting the flags at half staff the day before 9/11.
He ain't got the Medal of Freedom. You know what I'm saying? Send that nigga to war.
Since y'all the Department of War now.
No, like what are we talking about right now? Have staff kiss my ass. They can suck my ass is what I really want. Like, don't. I think it's bullshit. I think it's all bullshit. And everyone was like, oh, now's not the time to be. No, I don't give a fuck. Like, it actually is the time. There's no better time than the present. There's no better time than the present. And I'm like, please miss with that. This is someone's life was lost. Niggas die every day, B. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was George Floyd's life.
Right. And so I have
Tamir Rice's life.
Right.
So was,
So I've seen, thank God. So people have been like throwing all the clips of them saying shit from, whenever. So this first clip, I think, is him in 2023 talking about the right to guns or the Second Amendment. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, please. Here we go.
So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. Right. You can significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, yes, by having more armed guards in front of schools.
Oh.
We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. Wow. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe.
There you go. He said it's absolutely worth it to have a couple of gun deaths each year. So I want to say thank you so much for volunteering, Charlie. Thank you. Second Amendment. Literally, like, what the fuck? Lewis? I don't know how to say the name, but he probably never thought it would be him. He probably was like, oh, this doesn't include me. He's thinking it's going to be gang violence. It's going to be.
That's the problem. That's the problem. So I'm really wet, because this is gun violence and all this violence that's happening in these cities and in these states. I'm wondering if the National Guard is on its way to Utah instead of, Chicago, New York City, LA, Atlanta. Next it'll be Charlotte, because just the other day you were talking about the monster that unfortunately killed a young lady here in Charlotte. So are we heading to Utah, the land of the Mormons and all the whites?
Elle said something earlier. They said the fault lies with the people who drove the people to this anger, to be honest. I can't agree more. Yeah, they're not even talking about the mass shooting at high school in Colorado today. That also happened today.
Right. The same day. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's like, I bring up this example so many times throughout our like show. Yeah. And I always talk about how in France, that was a far right political cartoon company. Remember they had that deadly shooting in their offices because they were saying some crazy stuff about those people's religion. Like, you can't be a polarizing figure in today's society, and people having this much access to you. People can look through your window and figure out where you're located, just the way the trees are shaped and what poles are there. Like,
that stuff creeps me out.
You can't be that much of a polarizing figure online and think that you are going to be absolved from any type of attacks or like people coming at you. Like, that's insane to even think that, to even try to even talk like he was and move in the way like he was out here with no security.
Right. Nothing.
Literally,
absolutely nothing.
Wall dog in life, like.
Well, according to a report I saw earlier, they were saying there were 6 officers on duty for this event. There were 3,000 people at this event. I mean, maybe they thought that was enough. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if some of you were I don't know if some of y'all were online when I was reading my mutual on Facebook's post. And I'm like, what do you mean people got to, did you see it? Did you missed it? Hold on. I'll go back and reread it. This was from somebody did I unfriend him already? No, we're still friends somehow. So this is his post, okay? It says, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, thank you for all you did. A lot of Americans and young ones got to see Jesus because of you. They got to see a different perspective because of you. a true loving Christian husband and loving father. You spoke real truth and were receptive to opposition. Never backed down from a difficult conversation. You loved as Jesus did. Icon and a true American who loved this country and was respected by so many. May the evil of this world be wiped out soon, for our Savior is coming. There's no doubt about it. Now, there must be two Charlie Kirks.
Yeah, because
There must be two Charlie Kirks. Because
this is the difference, and I'm not going to go into a religious standpoint now, because no. But this is the difference between there's a difference between Christianity and Christian extremism. And Charlie Kirk and another, and several other members of this, I don't even know, I guess what Simone say, a cult.
yeah.
Like, that's what that is. Just because you spout ideologies of white supremacy does not make you a Christian. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. That just makes you a racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I think that would be with a white evangelical.
Yeah.
A white evangelical.
But we've seen white evangelicals, we've seen them throughout our entire lives. And not all of them are spouting out, I mean, we need a leader, because all of them tie it back to Donald Trump. It's weird. This is just, you being a white evangelical and you just want to tie things to just nothing but Jesus and all that stuff like that. But everything is back to Donald Trump is weird. And Charlie Kirk was one of them.
Oh, he was trying to get into y'all shit too? Jesus Christ.
Who?
Charlie Kirk was? Charlie Kirk. Wow. And that's so dangerous, because I do know that like a lot of countries move how America moves, right? So, we've talked about it, like Canadians wearing MAGA hats and shit. Like, what's going on? You can't even vote, and whatever.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you.
I think for them it's just an entertainment purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's all about entertainment. Like the whole, Make America Great Hat Again and the whole branding. It's entertainment for them. But over here it's real life. People really live, eat, and breathe this crap.
But that's sis, and I think we talked about it before, but like that's the problem, right? Like a big part of like how we've gotten here is that people not taking Donald Trump seriously and using him and memifying him, and the dance party with Beyonce, and make like all of that shit that makes him funny. Ends up people finding ways to relate to it, and then you're like, oh well, he's not that bad. I've laughed to a couple of his memes on TikTok, and it's like, what are we talking about? He just said that you as a woman can't have an abortion. What's going on? Like,
right?
More gender affirming care. Like, what
exactly? Exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was the Heritage. I was writing about the Heritage Foundation today. Their next thing now is they want to, because the birth rate in the U.S. is declining rapidly. So now they're coming up with a plan. I called it a scheme. I forget the name of the campaign, but basically to get the birth rate up. So they want Trump to sign some executive orders that is going to push Congress to make legislation steer away from daycare programs like Head Start, so that basically people can stay home and raise their kids. Like, oh well, we have no funding for Head Start or things like that. People would be more prone to staying home and rearing children and taking care of them. Literally. This is a 5-page document. Shout out to the Washington Post. They were the first people to report it from the Heritage Foundation. And if you don't know who the Heritage Foundation is, they are the geniuses behind Project 2025. Remember that?
Yep. Yeah. Maniko said I'm Swedish, and Swedish influencers last week were sharing Kirk's videos. It is global. Yeah. I think it's intent. I think it's obviously intentional, but then also like, how can I say this? Like, this conservative thing obviously has happened because women have moved forward so much, and like, being able to make their own money and choosing whether or not they want to get married and choosing whether or not they want to have kids. And so you just, more women decide that they don't want to be with men who have these kinds of weird, shitty policies.
Correct.
And thus you have these men who end up like, oh, these women they need to be back in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant, because I was promised a bitch in the kitchen cooking me dinner at this time in my life. I'm 25. I have no prospects. I'm a burden to my parents. That's it. Like it's
And not to mention that healthcare is some shit. There's no jobs. There's no good jobs. So who's taking care of these kids? Lewis.
yeah, yeah,
Who's
yeah,
feeding these kids?
yeah.
Lewis.
I think there's just so much. There's like so much that goes into with it, and I think like a lot of the things that America should have handled years ago is how we get here. Like, we didn't nip it in the bud when the North won the Civil War, and now we got these fucking Nazis over here talking crazy on the internet, and now we have Nazi sympathizers, and we have Elon Musk throwing the Nazi symbol during a goddamn inauguration on American TV. You're not even from here. You're not even from.
You're an immigrant.
You know what I'm saying? Like it gets real weird, and like we're intertwining. The world becomes smaller when you have the internet, and now because like the white males have like here have had this very radical thought process. White men from all over the world are seeing these, like the other person was saying in Swedish, like they're sharing their videos, and they're having these conversations as well in countries. And you're like, God damn, like
that's how the manosphere has gotten started. Like that's how it got started, in my opinion, because it's like people like Charlie Kirk and what's the other guy, Ben Shapiro, and you know what I'm saying, like all these other people that in the eyes of, I guess, overseas, because they think that we're actually following that bullshit over here. It's like, oh, well, I get what you're saying. Like, no. Just no. I just,
and it's so, y'all, like the more I talk about it, the more I think about it, like more other things keep popping up in my head. And I'm thinking about like how, oh, thank you, Keisha girl. The more we, like other things fall into that, because we think about it. Like the last thing he said was something about the gang violence, and like that isn't as big of an issue.
It's really not. Gangs keep their violence internal, okay? Like if gangs have a beef with somebody, the world doesn't know about it.
Right.
The world doesn't know about it. Only the people in that block, in that area, know about it.
Them two neighborhood, like gang violence. This isn't the 80s. We don't all live in LA, and not all black communities are like that.
This is not a beat it video. Like they're not just coming out, you know what I'm saying? Like having, shootouts and dance-offs and train stations and shit. Right. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. Like, and
what are you talking about?
All these stereotypes, dog. And this is why I'm like, America has done a shitty job of making sure that not just their white people get the proper representation on the online and in the movies, and like all of this shit we talking about, like all of this stuff, it adds up, and it's counting against us at this point. Like it's counting against us. We go, every other day I'm on this motherfucker, and it's fucking diaspora wars with African people, and black people don't have no culture. Why do they think that? Because they keep seeing shit from the white lens, the white American lens.
Right.
Like all of these things, like, and then they come over here and they get their first "you a nigga" moment. It's like, oh my God, I should have believed you.
Exactly.
We told you.
I saw somebody tweet earlier that they need to cancel Kamala Harris's book tour, and I agree.
Right. Yeah. So I was talking to Casey. Didn't Trump cancel her Secret Service detail?
He did. He canceled. Okay, but wait, hold on. So by law, the vice president is supposed to receive 6 months of extra protection after they leave office, right? Okay. Biden extended it to July. Trump didn't end her protection until August something. So technically it was already ended. He just ended the extension. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, because it's definitely not, because like it's not bothering you. You know what I'm saying? You're being protected. We watched the people at that DC restaurant, chant you and you was like, get these people up out of here. You're good. Why are you worried about it? But for me, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for Casey and even for you, it's like the timing. So she launches a book tour.
Right.
She launches a book tour talking about her 107 days as a presidential candidate, and then you cancel her Secret Service protection?
Yeah.
I actually, whoever tweeted that, I agree with him wholeheartedly. Now is not the time.
Yeah.
Now is not the time.
Get
you on with Oprah, come on with you,
It could definitely be like a come to my place, or we meet.
Literally. I agree. Who said that? Jordan. What? Yeah, I do think it was definitely spiteful. Like just.
Oh, it definitely was spiteful.
Everything he does is spiteful. Everything.
And I was just thinking about, by the way, y'all, new episode of the podcast will be up tomorrow at 8 a.m. It's already prepped and ready. So we won't be talking about this because it just happened today, but we got way more political topics that we talk about on this week's episode. And it's on everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. But damn, what was I about to say? What did you just say?
We were talking about Kamala's book tour and how it should be canceled.
Damn.
Oh no, I was talking about somebody put that Trump was petty. Spiteful.
I got it. So okay, so you showed me a video yesterday on the podcast about Trump talking about the stabbing, the Charlotte stabbing that took place in Charlotte, and I want to urge people to start saving your media, okay? And I want you to invest in. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what I do. So I have a whole bunch of photos and videos on my phone, right? So I bought this. I bought a USB that goes it can connect to my iPhone, and then I can plug it into my computer or whatever. Any video you see where someone has stated something, because here's the thing, people are gonna after this, people are, once this presidency is over and we move forward as a nation, no one's ever gonna say that they voted for Trump. Not gonna have anybody say that, right? So it is imperative that you save that information. So if you're downloading videos from TikTok or Twitter or whatnot, for instance, Sherelle and I have pinned on the Headwrappod and Lipsticks page the very first ad where JD Vance was saying that he was basically a racist and how somehow Mexicans made his mama a crackhead. Even the states don't border. His mom was just a fucking crackhead. Point blank, period.
Right. She didn't go all the way to Mexico to get her first bag. She went right to Cincinnati or Cleveland, right at the block, and got what needed to be got.
But I say all this to say, get you something like that to save them videos, save them receipts. Make sure you have the right things, because obviously we've noticed that the administration has decided to, go forward with this fascist regime. And even think about how certain websites don't exist anymore. So imagine when they get rid of Twitter, they get rid of Threads. And then all that's left is Truth Social, and all you see left is Donald Trump saying, "Oh, Charlie Kirk was this upstanding." No, he fucking wasn't.
No,
he wasn't.
We get the fact that he was a father. We get the fact that he was somebody's husband, somebody's son. We get all that. But it was what was coming out of his mouth.
Right.
Nobody, he didn't become who he was because he married, and got married and had a kid. Okay, people do that every day.
Every day.
He had the platform that he had because of what was coming out of his mouth, and that people were listening to it and hearing it. And even sometimes, I'm not going to front. This is what irritates me. Even he would not have a platform if these people would not show up to these events to debate. Because what are you debating about? Every time I would see a video of him, he never was really debating. If somebody would come up to the mic and talk about trans rights or whatever, he'd be like, "Oh, you're making a mockery of it." And even the people that were in the crowd, they were making a mockery of it. Yeah. So for me, sometimes I never really felt bad for those who were berated by him across the mic, because I'm like, you could have just stayed where you were. You participated in his growth. You participated in increase of his platform. I wish I would do the same for your, your Black creators and, all those people like that, your book influencers, your political podcast influencers, all those people. What you're doing is just going to these events and knowing that he's not going to agree with your opinion on trans rights or whatever, and then you're mad because
Hold on, I just got our live visibility restricted. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because your live video does not comply with the For You feed eligibility standards under our community guidelines. So we're being censored right now. We're being censored for what we're talking about.
Anyways, so what I was saying was that he keeps, all these people will come up to the mic and want to, like somebody said, rage baiting. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yep.
no.
Yeah. I you talk about that, and I was talking about like the Jubilee. You know how Jubilee has their video, their very messy videos. Where the one with what's the hell? What's her name?
He also was on that. He was there. He did one of those.
Yes, Charlie Kirk, Angela. What's her name? Not Angela.
You talking about
Amanda Seals. Also, Mahedi Hassan. Also, like all of those spaces are like all like platforming these right-wing conservative and giving these people a platform. So they might pop up on this Jubilee thing. They don't have a following. They get on the Jubilee thing. They say, "Yeah, I am a Yahtzee," and next thing you know, they got 1 million. They got 500,000 followers because
right.
I saw his takes on Jubilee, and I think he made some really great points. I don't think women should drive, or I do believe there is some responsibility. I'm just coming up like the things that are popping off the top of my head, but
yeah.
I do think that there is some responsibility that needs to be taken for all of these things. So if any podcast has ever had Charlie Kirk on it, this is also your fault. And I don't know, like that yeah.
I'm really curious as to how, because I think Stephen A. Smith had Ben Shapiro on his show, but I'm very curious about some of the Black media personalities that have engaged with Charlie Kirk. And I'm not talking about Candace Owens. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the other ones that when we found out that they had any participation or any type of, communication with Charlie Kirk, we were like, are you serious? I'm very curious as to how they are feeling right now or what they're thinking. Because I'm still mad at Stephen A. Smith for even engaging with Ben Shapiro. Like, in my opinion, it's the same thing. Him and Charlie Kirk, the same person. So, because for what? What did you think you was going to go in there? You thought you were going to be the Black savior for everybody and was going to go in there and suddenly, like, he would have an epiphany because Stephen A. Smith told him that, Black don't crack. I mean, I don't know. Like, what is it? I'm curious about that. I'm really curious.
I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to, maybe I can talk them into. This is the shit that happened with what's the singer girl? The girl who everybody say I look like her.
Cashapp? Oh, Cashapp Michelle.
This is the same thing that happened with Cashapp Michelle when she sung at the very first inauguration, then popped up at the Breakfast Club and realized niggas was no longer rocking with her. Talking about, didn't you see me up there with a Basquiat skirt? What the fuck does that mean? What does that have to do with the bigger? I
don't even remember that.
Oh, I do, and I thought it was ridiculous. She said, I was wearing a Basquiat skirt. I wanted to talk to him and bring the nation together. Racist people know what the fuck they're doing. I'm not giving grace.
Now I'm going to go back because I don't remember that at all. I do remember being, as a Cashapp Michelle fan, being completely taken back seeing her at the Trump Hotel performing. I was like, oh, now come on, girl. But I don't remember all that, talking about she wanted to save the nation and everything. Like,
yes, she said she wanted to. What happened was she was promised a conversation with Trump. She got up there saying, and they said, "Get your Black ass back where you belong," and that was it. Yeah.
What did you want to have a conversation with him about?
Because
you want to ask him how he thought about your first 2 albums or something?
People think that they can talk. First of all, if you are a racist, you have a sickness. Like, you are, like, check you into a mental. You have a disease, babe. Like, you're not well, bitch. Like, get this bitch some NyQuil. You're not okay.
Facts.
First part, right? So then to say I was going to have a conversation with someone who is a racist, you cannot convince someone who has already has thoughts in their mind of preconceived notions of minorities or whatever. You can't.
Correct.
That really has to come from within the house. It has to come from inside the house.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I'm annoyed by all the politics. Like somebody said earlier, you have to be politically correct in public.
Sure.
Well, you think you have to be politically correct in public because let's be honest, there's a few that ain't saying nothing. You ain't heard nothing from AOC. You you haven't heard anything from somebody mentioned Jasmine Crockett in there, but I was but y'all know Jasmine Crockett's my girl, so I was like looking on her Twitter page, like I know she better not have said a word, but and I don't see anything because I'm like,
because there's nothing to say.
But I think unfortunately, what we're gonna see right now, because we're getting ready to get into primary time, is a lot of these Republicans more than likely.
They said, hold on, let me see. I know you don't be over.
Oh, she did. Hold on.
I know you don't be over there. Hold on, let me.
I have an account, but I don't.
I know you don't be over there.
I be, let me see.
Oh, Casey, thank you, Casey. She said today's act of political violence in Utah against Charlie Kirk is absolutely disgusting and unacceptable. We don't have to agree on everything, but we should all agree on this. Political violence is wrong and has no place in our democracy. Is it
political? Okay, so she didn't really say she bias and give her a pass because I'm a fan, but she didn't really say. I mean, she is right. Political violence is wrong. Like we don't, people being, we saw what happened to a lot of our civil rights leaders, because that was just political violence and being racist and all those things like that. That is absolutely wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm talking about the people like Bill Clinton, and I'm like, sir.
Yeah.
Sir. Yeah, exactly. Simone, like she kept it cute. Yeah, because you're up for re-election.
Yeah. Oh, very much a generic statement, K. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. A generic statement is fine. If your crisis communication manager is emailing you, like you need to say something. Fine.
You should call it a chat GPT ass statement. And you know what? It probably was.
And that's fine.
And that's fine too.
The fact that she even put it on Threads. She ain't put it on Twitter. She
was like, no.
We're going to keep it on we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
We're just going to put it on Threads and it'll be there.
Yeah, she ain't put it on. Yeah, she ain't do none of that. But, Jesus.
I kind of want to bring somebody up to see how they feel about it. Like, anybody want to like, we're not getting too crazy. Now, listen, if I bring you up here, do your thing and then be done with it. Anybody want to
bring that boy back, that man back?
I don't know that man, okay?
I'm just kidding. The New York Yankees held a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk before tonight's game.
Ooh. Man, the niggas you be hanging with. Does anybody want to come up and say something? I'm giving y'all the opportunity to come up here.
Yankees.
Does anybody want to come up and have a word or two about this? You got a POV? Something you want to say? Don't be shy.
Oh, I know tomorrow's Thursday night football game is going to be a mess. Who playing tomorrow night?
I don't know.
Right, because the Yankees, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a big MLB fan or anything like that. Like, go Yankees, go Mets, go all of them. But
Keisha,
the NFL.
So don't nobody want to come up and say nothing? Y'all scared? We're nice people. This is look, it's censored now. Okay, that's fair. Understood.
My aunt says she got to chill. Fair, auntie.
Period. Understood. I know she got stuff. I know she got stuff to say.
I know. Put in the family group chat.
I know for a fact she got stuff to say.
Put it. So apparently, wait a minute. So he was on tour.
Yeah. This was his first stop, I believe, right? Is this his first stop?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
And guess where his next stop was?
Where? Colorado?
He was supposed to be in Colorado next week, then the University of Minnesota a couple days after, Virginia Tech, and then he was going back to Utah.
I mean, listen, listen, I didn't even know the Mormons got down like that. I want to apologize. I was not aware of their game. Elle, you want to come up and give your British perspective? Sure, you come up right quick. Give us a quick little snippet. I'm gonna invite you up as soon as I figure out how to do it. Okay, I just invited you up, Elle. Elle, can you hear us?
She's loading.
They them.
They're loading.
Can you see me? There we go. Hello. It is 2 a.m.
I know. I'm like, it's
Oh my
very
goodness.
early right now.
I will
I'm
let you know.
awake.
I'm usually awake this late, but also like have been scrolling TikTok, being like, "What the fuck?"
So what do you think?
I mean, when I heard probably about 3 hours ago by this point, and was just like in shock because it's just, to me, it's just a crazy thing to happen. Like someone as big as him, just getting shot at a rally or at an event or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, it's just the irony of it, and the irony of like everything he said and everything he's done, and like, you know, I've had my moments of being like, I wish Charlie Kirk didn't exist, but not in an I want him taken out kind of way.
Right.
I just don't want to hear what he has to say.
Right.
Like, everything is rancid. Everything he has to say is absolutely fucking rancid.
Without any facts.
How bad is it, like, over there in terms of like what right wing policies and things, like how, like, is it because it's extreme over here, right? So I'm always like, is it like less? Is it tenfold? Like, what's the vibe?
We're getting there. So I always like to say to my American friends that we're like one election cycle behind you. Okay. So, you know, like we just had our election last year where we essentially got our Biden in, and he's being fucking terrible. Like, he's stripping back trans rights. He's trying to appeal to the alt-right. Like, he's trying to say all these things about immigrants, because that's what like the right-wing populist crowd are talking about. So like our next election is probably going to be when Reform UK get elected in. That's what all the polls are saying. That is not what we want. They are run by Nigel Farage, who is a Trump bootlicker. He absolutely loves Trump. He was at like a bunch of Trump's rallies during your election cycle. Like, this guy absolutely loves Trump. There's a lot of American hedge funds who allegedly give him money because his political party is an official company. It's not like a normal political party. It's also like a company, so he can like gain money and like dodge a lot of the rules that a lot of political parties have to do because it's a company.
Yeah.
And we've just had, last year we had race riots, which were absolutely horrendous, like up and down the country, because a horrific thing happened where 3 little girls were unalived, and the right-wing crowd started like churning up that it was an asylum seeker who'd done it, and started putting out this name that was not the guy that did it at all. And it kicked off race riots all up and down the country. And
that's so interesting because that's what they want to happen here. They want there's like a lot of policies and things that are being passed, and they're like very targeted. And I think like Black people are at a moment where like we're gonna chill, but it's very much they want that to happen here. And they're like people on like the alt-right are very like they're looking forward to a race war.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually think that it's not so far-fetched. I think it's almost any day now. I really do. I really do, and it scares the crap out of me. It really does, because it's things like this that happen out of thin air. You're already seeing like the governor of Utah saying things. What's his name from Fox News? Jesse Walters literally said, "Oh, we're gonna get that lick back." That's basically what he said tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time. And I hate to say it, but there's people that are watching and listening to things like that, like, yep. It's only a matter of time for that happens, or we have another January 6th happen. I just think everybody needs to seriously be careful and watch their back from the UK to Seattle to everywhere, because I really think that it might happen with this administration. Yeah, I really do.
I'd agree with that. Because, like, we've just had a thing over here where a bunch of racists were graffitiing England flags everywhere and graffitiing Union Jacks everywhere. And they were doing it as, like, raising the colours and taking back the country from immigrants. But they were also trying to spin it of, it's not racist to have national pride, but the way that they're using national pride is kick out all the immigrants. We let too many people into this country, which also, like, if you look at the statistics of how many people we let into this country, is lower than most of Europe.
Yeah, they already do that. It's not hate, it's heritage, is what they say. With the what's that damn flag?
The Union
Jack?
Confederate flag? The Confederate flag.
Oh, the Confederate flag, yeah.
Yeah, they say it's hate, it's not heritage. It's a bunch of bullshit is what it is. It's a bunch.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of, like, white British men saying that we should, like, reclaim the England flag because it's, like, flown a lot at sporting events and stuff. But, like, a lot of people fail to recognize that domestic violence rates go up massively whenever England is playing a sporting match. And so that flag also means a lot of very scary things to victims of domestic violence and women in this country.
Time out.
Yeah, bring it back.
Slow down. Wait, let's. What are you saying to me right now? What are you saying?
What do you mean on some Drewski? What do you mean by that? Like,
so when England is playing either in the World Cup or the Euros, domestic violence goes up by, I think it's about 30% if they win and 40% if they lose.
Is it because of the intensity of the games?
Yeah, I think it's the culture around football. Like, there is a very, like, patriarchal male violence culture around football in this country, which is scary. Like, me and my friends were walking to a house party the other day, and the local team had just finished playing, and they were all walking past us, and we were scared. We were genuinely scared to walk past all these men leaving this football match, and I got several comments of sexual harassment.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, all of these things that foster this very machismo, masculine energy. I'm aggression, like all of that thing, like all of those things, they're all falling into, like, one another. And if you think about, like, even like here with American football and how, like, some of our sports analysts talk to conservative podcasts, and, like, what the hell are you doing over there? Like it's getting real weird. It's getting very, very strange, and it feels unsafe. And I feel like I need a gun.
Simone said she buying a taser.
Okay.
Yeah, my aunt. Yeah, 19th. Yeah, I mean, and that's what they're trying to do. You want to push us back before, the women's movement. You want to push us back, before the civil rights movement. Mark Robinson, the former, the governor loser of the state of North Carolina, once said that we need to go back to 1776. Like,
Black people were not free then. So,
and where do you think you'd be?
Right, and that's gonna piss me off.
Where do you think you'd be?
Yes. Elle, thank you for coming up. I really appreciate it. Thank you for explaining that to us. Like, because I, I'm always interested, like, what effect do we have on other countries? And I hate that. Yeah. I hate that, like, in this instance, like, America is, like, the leading, like, what is America doing? Oh, they're being absolutely, racist and, homophobic and transphobic. Like all these, like I hate that we're leading in that. Like that is so nasty. But thank you for enlightening.
Oh, we're trying to catch up. Apparently.
Please don't catch up.
And a part of me is like, I don't even know if we're like leading. It's like, I think some countries are really like making a mockery of this. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're making fun of us on the low because it's like, you guys are allowing this. You guys are really allowing this to happen. The fact that Trump was Barack Obama's successor, you know what I'm saying?
That's definitely happening over here. Like I see so many British people taking the piss out of America for electing Trump again, but at the same time not doing anything to fix our political system.
Right.
I think it's easy for other countries to be highly invested in what's going on here, and then like not seeing like, hey, like hold up, not the mirror, is this you? Like, like it's very yeah. No, seriously, seeing themselves in the mirror.
It's also kind of inescapable. Like American media and American news is just like our news. Like American media is everywhere. Like that's why like so many people who learn English as a second language have an American accent, because they learn it through American media. Like America is like centers itself so much in the world that we do know everything that goes on in America.
Yeah, that's so terrifying. That's so terrifying.
It is.
It's actually terrifying. And that goes to what I was saying earlier about like how, if people are learning so much, invested so much in what is in our culture, but they're only seeing the white parts of it. Boom. Here we go. This is how we get here. Thank you for
the last thing I'll throw in before I head back to lurking and eventually fall asleep is the thing I was saying earlier about like the Heritage Foundation having their like fingers in British politics. I started noticing it a few years ago because I watched the street interviews from the right-wing party's annual conferences, and there was a Conservative Party conference I think about 3 or 4 years ago where about half of the street interviews were young American Christians coming to a British political conference to spread evangelical Christian views and saying that this country needs evangelical Christian values because we are a Christian country in that we used to be, but like we don't have like a strong national religious presence. Like religion is very much separated from state for the most part. But there are a lot of these American hedge funds like the Heritage Foundation and a lot of evangelical Christians who are trying to get their fingers into British politics. And the Supreme Court ruling that passed at the beginning of this year in regards to trans rights and the definition of a woman, that was partially funded by J.K. Rowling, but the other part of the funding came from the Heritage Foundation.
That bitch is everywhere. I'm sick of her ass. I'm sick of her.
You're telling me.
I'm sick of her. I know y'all sick of her. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her ass. Oh my gosh, she makes my ass. She makes me sick, y'all.
Oh, she's been huffing on black mold and it's sending her crazy.
Thanks again, Elle. Really, really appreciate it.
Glad I could throw in some across the pond perspective.
Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Is there anyone else who wants to step up?
Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you. Is there anyone else who wants to step up and leave some comments before we wrap this up? We appreciate everybody who has joined us so much. Thank you again, Elle, for coming up and giving your perspective. That's always so helpful. Seeing how people from other countries view America, and I've been
scary.
Yeah, I've been mutuals with Elle for a long time, so they're very like, can you say, Simone, you come up here, don't embarrass me, okay?
No, you cannot say your plan. No. So you gonna get us banned? No.
Yes, they already restricted the live. Okay.
Put it in our group chat.
Yes, put it in the group chat. You know the one.
Put it in our group chat.
Yeah, we got Is there anyone else who wants to jump up and say a few things before we wrap it up? Hey Pam, is there anybody who wants to say a few things before we wrap it up? We really appreciate y'all We had a really good conversation. I think what I want to do is save this and put it on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll save it, and that way it can be viewable, watchable.
Viewable. We could just say so people can view it.
Yeah. Yes. Lakeisha, you want me to put it on? Okay. All right. I'll put it. I'll download it from TikTok, and then I'll put it up so that we can y'all can see it in full and whatnot. But if there's nobody who wants to, we're really nice. I want y'all to be involved. Don't be afraid. Listen, we're learning about world politics just like y'all. We're but if not, I think that's it. No one else wants to come up. So, sis, you got any closing thoughts for us?
Nope. I really don't. I just think that this is going to be a very long couple of days ahead of us, especially since tomorrow is 9/11. Yeah.
You're right.
Tomorrow is 9/11. Somebody said it must be 9/11 on Friday the 13th. I don't know. But because it's a lot going on. And I mean, I agree. But yeah, I just think it's going to be a long couple of days. And honestly, I think the only thing I will say is that I just need everybody to stay safe and stay diligent and stay guarded. Because like I said, when we were just talking to Elle, I do think that a race war and certain things could be.
Your sister's coming. Simone, please don't piss me off. Why can't we see? Turn this off. Why are we
Excuse
echoing?
me.
Why are we echoing?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna. It's you. Go ahead and leave and then come back.
What do you mean?
Because it's an echo.
How do I leave?
Hold on. I'm gonna.
Anyways, what I was saying was, I just want everybody to stay safe and stay diligent, stay guarded. Just keep your heads up for sure, because people are nuts. Just like whoever committed a crime today.
Yeah. My final thoughts would be, if you decide to become a very major public figure with polarizing views, get some security. That would be my, Okay, Simone, you better not be echoing. I'm gonna drop you again. Here we go.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. I can also hear myself.
Sierra. Anyway, all I'm saying is someone said that yesterday there was a portal being opened because the gate was like 9/9. It was September 9th. It was something to do with the angel numbers. And of course, the peoples on here, the girls with the cards, they was telling us that there was a portal. They was like, that opened a portal. And this past Sunday, there was a blood eclipse. So there is something that's looming this week. And like I said, Sherelle, I remind you that tomorrow is 9/11. Okay? It's 24 years.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, and like I said, and I, for one, I do work in childcare, and I also work very close to a fire department. So we hear different shit. We hear them going everywhere, and it is kind of scary. And of course, but what happened to, I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to get y'all banned. But as someone who works in childcare and from current events that happened earlier today, a school shooting. How can you make comments like that when there are children and people being affected and you have kids?
Yes. We are talking about. Well, we're wrapping up.
But that's it. That's all I have to say. That there's a portal that's open, so everybody gets your spirits right.
Okay. I'm gonna drop you in.
Why did it echo?
Sierra.
I don't know why she's doing that. No, not C.K. Lewis. We talking about Charlie Kirk. Who? Listen, remember, y'all, there is an episode up tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about all the politics stuff. I think I'll have this uploaded, and this will be up on Friday. I'll have this air on Friday. So yeah, yo, you missed it, but if you follow, this is my podcast. This is my podcast page. So all that information will be over there. Yeah. So appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for kicking it with us. It was very last minute. Thank you. And yeah, if you're going to be a big figure, get some security. Okay.
Literally.
Peace out. Bye.
Bye, y'all.